How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to do this little video talking about how the crypto market is going to crash again, and you have to be ready for it. I want to talk about why I think that's the case, why I'm still not selling my cryptos right now, because I think we're actually set up to do really well over the coming years, and what we can do again just to get ready for the next drop in the market. Now, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button and subscribe button, this is not fear, uncertainty, and doubt. This is just the honest truth. We're going to go through a lot of crashes if you're going to stick around here in crypto. So hitting the like and subscribe does help push us out to more people. And you guys can check out the link underneath the video to BlockFi to get an interest rate on your crypto. They pay up to 9%, and they will pay up to $250 bonus when you sign up using that link underneath the video. So Bitcoin's price is down obviously to 42,000. It's been rough over the last couple days. We can see that today we actually hit about 40,000. We had a wick down to about 40,600, I believe, and we've hit about 41,000 several other times. So overall, we're holding this $40,000 support. Now, we've seen $40,000 before. This is not the first time, and we're seeing it hit a couple times. So really, we probably will stay above 40,000, might wick down to 38,000. And this is not anything new, right? In bull runs before, like back in 2017, we saw multiple 30, 40% dips, right? 38%, 35%, 31, 41, 40, 30. And every time people thought that was it for Bitcoin. And it kept on moving up higher and higher and higher. That's kind of where I think we're sitting right now, right? We've seen multiple wicks down, but think about how much has happened over the last year. Think about how much has happened since the last time we were around $40,000, or the first time that we broke past $40,000 about a year ago. We have changed so much. The market's changed so much, and there's so much more built in crypto, and it's not as much of a fad, right? It's not just this thing that's going to be pumped up and forgotten about, right? This is something that is going to continue to grow. There are a lot of companies that are getting into crypto in a big way, and we have to remember, right? The price that we pay for performance is volatility. That's just what legendary investors have said. This guy, William H. Miller III, said this about Bitcoin, and he's outperformed the stock market, or he did, for 15 years in a row. He beat the S&P 500, and no active manager was even close to that. That's very true, right? You have to overcome a lot of your fears to hold on in this market. Now, I think one thing that you have to pay attention to right now is the leverage ratio. The leverage ratio is at 1 year highs, even longer than that. It's at 0.224. which is a huge amount of leverage in the market, which means there probably will be volatility. Now, one thing that I think is a silver lining is the fact that we saw Bitcoin drop pretty drastically. The leverage actually went up, which makes me think, okay, if there were a lot of people taking long positions, they would probably get shaken out by the whales, right? They would get liquidated. But what we're seeing is leverage is going up as the price goes down. And we've seen that for a while here. For weeks and weeks, we've seen that happen. So it makes me think, okay, this might be short leverage. We might see some type of short squeeze. At the same time, we see the balance on exchanges continuously drain. So we saw in a video yesterday, Binance is buying Bitcoin for the reserve wallet. We're seeing the third largest whale also buy Bitcoin. So overall, there is going to be the supply shock. And I talk about this almost daily, it seems like, but it's very true. So that is why I'm not really selling any crypto right now. I'm slowly buying. And I talked about earlier in a video today about the cryptos that I was thinking would be a good value. Of course, you always have to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but there are some different cryptos that look like they're set up pretty well. And I will link that on the end screen. So Bitcoin is definitely going to crash again. The whole crypto market's going to crash. That is why you do need to have some cash on the sidelines, so that way you can take advantage if you want to take advantage. Otherwise, you can just buy and hold, just dollar cost average, because we have to remember too the growth of Bitcoin, the growth of crypto in general, right? Bitcoin is growing faster than the internet started, and we will most likely hit 1 billion users by 2025. So this is the exponential growth that we're facing right now, and we're seeing Multiple countries will probably start using Bitcoin as a legal tender over the coming years, and this will only push it to more and more people. More and more people will adopt crypto. And we do have, again, companies getting in a big way, and Samsung has made a lot of news recently because they invested in crypto recently through one of their arms. They also are going to allow some of their TVs to show NFTs, and they also just announced this. They're launching a metaverse store in Decentraland. So this is going to be at 837 Washington Street in New York City's Meatpacking District. This is going to be a virtual replica of its New York physical store in order to enhance customer interaction at a time when COVID-19 is keeping people away from physical shops. And this is such a great use case for the metaverse. And I've talked about this before. These different companies can make these virtual stores, and you can go in and interact and even possibly buy, right? So we are going to see a lot of volatility in the future because crypto right now, like a lot of assets that are growing quickly and a lot of assets that have a lot of potential, it's being priced pretty high. When you look at some of the valuations for some of these cryptos, they would not be worth as much if they were just a company doing this that was not a blockchain or a cryptocurrency, right? These are being priced very high. And the fact is, that's because they are in a very quickly growing market and they have the name crypto tied to them, right? You throw on the word metaverse and the valuation doubles. That's kind of how it seems these days. Now we have come down a lot from the highs, so I am buying, but I still have a good amount of money on the sidelines in different places like BlockFi to get interest rate, so that way it's not just wasting away to inflation, but then I have some money on the sidelines to buy these dips, and that's what I think you really should be doing if you think about this as a long-term investor. Now, it might take a while, right? I can't tell you that we're going to hit $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. That'd be awesome. I think that's definitely possible, but a lot of us thought that last year too. So that's why you have to take a long-term approach. Don't take investments or don't make investments that you are not willing to lose, because a lot of these cryptos will go down to zero. A lot of the cryptos, especially out of the top 100, we have 16,000 different cryptos. Many of them will go down to zero. A lot of them are cash grabs, so you have to be careful. But if you invest, especially in some of these top projects, there's a lot of money to be made over the long term. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this underneath the video. I thought this was just an important video because there are so many people that are worried right now in the market and aren't necessarily thinking long term. Everyone gets greedy when the prices are going up. Everyone gets scared when they're falling down. And if you're not scared, still, a lot of people aren't averaging in. A lot of people aren't DCAing, so it might be something to consider if you are long-term bullish. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I will show you this video here on the end screen of the top 7 cryptos that I think are good values in the market right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.